Sure.
Is the press going to be respectful of this event, this horrible event, this horrible tragedy? Please, yes, go ahead, please.
Marissa Atmas here with CBS News Texas. Several families we've heard from are obviously upset because they say that those warnings, those alerts didn't go out in time, and they also say that people could have been saved. What do you say to those families?
Well, I think everyone did an incredible job under the circumstances. This was, I guess Christie said, a 1 in 500, 1 in 1,000 years. And I just have admiration for the job that everybody did. There was just admiration. Only a bad person would ask a question like that, to be honest with you. I don't know who you are, but only a very evil person would ask a question like that. I think this has been heroism. This has been incredible, really, the job you've all done. It's easy to sit back and say, oh, what could have happened here or there, you know. Maybe we could have done something differently. This was a thing that has never happened before. And nobody's ever seen anything. I've never seen anything like this. I've gone to some real bad ones. I've never seen anything like this. So I admire you, and I consider you heroes and heroine. And I think you've done an amazing job. Brian, go ahead.
Okay. So Donald Trump, the sitting president of the United States, he goes to Texas to do a visit in the aftermath of the Texas floods, which claimed the lives of more than 100 people. And at various points, Trump is visibly confused. He actually has a bit of a fight with the microphone at the beginning. But there, the sitting president of the United States not only publicly insulted and referred to as evil a reporter, but according to the reporter, she was relaying frustrations from Texans, from actual people in Texas, from individuals and families. And Trump just totally loses it and insults all of them and says they're all evil. How dare you, Texans, ask more of me? How dare you ask what could have been done better to prevent or mitigate the damage of these floods? I mean, that is a shocking, shocking thing for even Donald Trump to say. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. Folks, we've got some other clips to play, but again, that one right out the gate, Trump not only viciously attacking the reporter, but the families and individuals, all from Texas, whose frustrations and questions the reporter was relaying. Hey, listen, I'm hearing this. They say they didn't get the alerts in time. They say that lives could have been saved, damage could have been prevented. What do you say? How dare you? How dare any of you, reporter or any Texan, ask that question of me, God Emperor Trump? I am perfect in all ways. How dare you criticize? And then he goes on to say, who in their right mind would sit back and play armchair quarterback and question or criticize what could have been done differently? Trump did that every time a disaster occurred under the Biden administration. A hurricane, a condo collapse, a tornado. The Biden administration, they should have done this. They should have done that. They're not doing this. MAGA does that shit all the time. They love to play armchair quarterback. But now you can't do it because Trump's in power and you can't question or criticize, no matter how valid. Pathetic and hypocritical and insane. That's not the only thing. This is Trump sitting down at the beginning, having a war with the chair and the microphone.
Well, this is a tough one. And
he's so stupid. He shut off the damn microphone. He's so dumb. This man is so incredibly dumb. He's just, imagine if that were Joe Biden. Imagine if Joe Biden had answered that first question the way Trump did, or, gotten to the fight of his life with a microphone the way Trump just did there. It's embarrassing. Here's another clip.
We took care of it, and this year it was like, what's going on, right? So all across the country, Americans' hearts are shattered. I had to be here as president. First Lady wanted to be here. All the beautiful souls, and we're filled with grief and devastation. The loss of life. And unfortunately, they're still looking. They're still looking. There's a lot of missing children, possibly, mostly, we don't know, but they're still looking, and they'll find everybody, but it's not an easy thing. You would think it would be easy. It's very tough. I looked at what they're going through, what what they have to do. But
So that's Donald Trump, who loves to, he calls it the weave, right? You know, I'm the best speaker, some would say. And for notes about basic empathy, he has to actually consult. No, he's like, people are, they're missing mostly maybe children. It's sad. Like, this man, to show any signs of like basic human empathy or decency, he has to be heavily scripted. We saw that in the aftermath of a mass shooting, a school shooting on Trump's watch. He had notes that said, show empathy. Jesus. Here's another clip.
And his son is fantastic too. But Attorney General Ken Paxton, Ken's around here someplace. Hi, Ken. Hi.
Bringing that up because Ken Paxton is running to take the place of Republican Senator John Cornyn, who is running for re-election. He's eligible for re-election next year. Ken Paxton is the MAGA favorite. MAGA loves Ken Paxton. They strongly prefer Paxton to John Cornyn, and the polls show that Paxton's going to shellac John Cornyn in the primary. It was also recently revealed that Ken Paxton's wife is filing for divorce after years. Apparently, they've been separated for some time. And I believe, if I remember correctly, the reporting is over adultery. So much for the party of family values. I don't know if that's going to impact Paxton's chance in the primary. I suppose at this point, perhaps not, given that the Republican Party has abandoned any pretense of, being the party of family values. But you never know, right? Could just be Trump is graded on that particular curve. But yeah, Ken Paxton, the current Texas Republican Attorney General and potential Republican Senator for Texas, is in deep personal water at the moment. Here's another clip.
The territory and trauma teams, and beyond this area, the governor was saying we've gone a little bit beyond this area. Oh, there's Dr. Phil. Look at Dr. Phil. You're looking good, Phil. This is a hell of a situation, isn't it?
He's so Hollywood brained, right? That he's talking about, search and rescue teams, which, by the way, as you may remember, we did a video about this, but they're, according to multiple sources from within FEMA, Kristi Noem's penny-pinching FEMA policies actually cause a multi-day, about a 3-day delay in the deployment of FEMA search and rescue teams. So, Trump's lying his ass off there. He's about to lie his ass off again, but again, he can't even stay on topic. Oh, Dr. Phil, another celebrity. Hi, Dr. Phil. Why the hell is Dr. Phil even there? I think he might live in Texas, but otherwise, bro, you don't even hold high office. You're not a government official. You're not a natural disaster expert, but he's a MAGA celebrity, basically. So that's why he's there. Here's another clip.
FEMA has deployed multiple emergency response units, and FEMA has been really headed by some very good people. We have some good people running FEMA. It's about time, right? We get some good ones. They failed us in North Carolina, but when we got in on January 20th, they fixed it up in no time.
Unbelievable. Again, we have the 72-hour search and rescue failure, or rather the FEMA search and rescue teams, because of the Trump administration's disastrous policies. The Biden administration, certainly no aspect or no iteration of FEMA is perfect under a Republican or Democratic administration. There's no question. There's definitely things to criticize even under Biden. But Trump is once again lying and trying to weaponize the natural disaster in North Carolina last year and blame it on President Biden. Pretty despicable stuff, while at the same time claiming, you can't ever criticize me for any reason or any of my natural disaster responses. Unfortunately, we have to end on some clips about Dr. Phil, because Trump is he's enamored. He's like a child. Again, somebody dangling some car keys in front of him. It's all about Dr. Phil.
Yes. Dr. Phil, I see you sitting there, and this might be a time for you to give us some of your words of wisdom, if you would.
Why? What words of wisdom, man? What are you talking about? Well, who knows? Maybe those words of wisdom aren't that bad. Go ahead. Take it away, Dr. Phil.
And everybody here knows that. And it's so inspiring for you and the First Lady to come here and share this and see the fiber of these communities. That's why they rally around you and everything that you stand for here, from the border to the disasters. And it's not just a photo op for you to be here. people see your heart and believe in what you stand for. And God bless you for coming here and
Thank
doing
you.
this. It means a lot. God bless you.
Thank you. That was really beautiful. I'm glad I asked him to say a few words, Dan. Do you want to say a couple?
Oh my God. So Dr. Phil just totally kissing Trump's ass in a way he simply never would for Democrats, showing it. Hey, if people love Dr. Phil, please find me a link of where in all his public comments, Dr. Phil genuflected before President Biden, said, thank you, Mr. President, for going to Florida, or for going to North Carolina, or for going to South Carolina, or for going to Kentucky, wherever natural disasters were. Thank you. Thank God for you. Again, Dr. Phil also claims he's not a Trump supporter or MAGA. Just totally full of shit. But is this Chip Roy? God. No? Okay, thank God. We skipped the Chip Roy thing. Thank God. We're going to end on one last clip of Donald Trump talking about his two favorite words about this flooding.
And I thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. And, two words, unity and competence. If you were to ask me two words that I've seen here, one is unity. The unity has been unbelievable. And then the competence of the Coast Guard and some of the people within the Coast Guard that saved a lot of lives. They went out and they saved a lot of lives. But there were others other than the Coast Guard. But I would say competence and unity, the way everyone has just pulled together. It's rare that you see this.
Mr. President.
Again, I've been to so many, and I've seen bickering and fighting, and just it doesn't work the same way.
Yeah, so unity and competence. There's been neither of those things, or rather, there have not been perfect elements of those things. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and denigrate the entirety of the Trump administration's response. There's no evidence that it was a total shit show, but there are serious questions about the alerts going out, the timeliness, the widespread nature of the alert, the fact that Texas, I believe, has at various points refused funding from the federal government to beef up their natural disaster response, Trump's threats against FEMA and the National Weather Service and NOAA, right? There was a key federal coordinator position left vacant, which would have potentially played an impactful role in mitigating the disaster here. His climate change denialism as well, that all of these things, I think, I would argue, play a role. And then, of course, that credible reporting from multiple sources within FEMA that the Trump administration's policies caused a delay of FEMA search and rescue teams by 3 days. That's all pretty bad. And if the shoe were on the other foot and that happened under the Biden administration, all these people and all these MAGA Republicans would be rightly bitching about it. But because it's happening under the Trump administration, they want you to pretend that it didn't happen. Well, that's not how we do things here. And we hold politicians to the same standard. And just because that makes Donald Trump objectively worse 99 times out of 100, that's Donald Trump's problem, not ours. There you have it. Donald Trump's disastrous visit to Texas. More than 100 dead, people still missing, unfortunately. And in the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.